viewers, welcome to my home here. And tonight I'm going to talk about crucial skills that you need to have if you want to be a pro in 2021. Those of you that do not know me, I've been involved in network marketing now 41 years. I started in this business totally broke, sold a junk truck to get started, put $200 into my business from that junk truck, and that was 28 years ago. And ever since, I've been full-time in network marketing. I love it, and I love what this profession does for people. So I'm going to acknowledge some awesome people that are going to be joining us this evening, and we're going to see who's going to join us. Come out of the shadows into the campfire. Declare yourself. You can say your name and where you're from. Hey, Debbie, glad you caught me live. How are you? Happy New Year. It's almost there, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Look at that. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Yes, hey, John Perez in Miami. Nice to see you, my friend. How are you? Good to see you tonight. And Newt from Thailand. Let me see, what time is it there? Ah, okay, it's morning. Good morning in Thailand. Nice to see you, Newt. And George in New York City. Nice to see you. And that's Christine. Happy New Year to you, Christine. Happy New Year to you as well, Newt. I wish I was in Thailand right now. I love that place. Cindy in New Jersey. Good to see you. And who else? Christine, yes, in BC, British Columbia, Canadian gal. Okay. That's right. That's right, Debbie. It's coming up. Oh, yeah. And hey, Dr. Edward. Happy New Year to you, Dr. Edward. Good to see you out there in Indonesia, in Jakarta. Good to see you, Dr. Edward. And Michael Smith in Texas. Omar in New Jersey. Good to see you, my friend. And Flavio in the country of Ecuador. Jenny in the country of North Carolina. Hey, Eden, nice to see you. Are you in Arizona now? Good to see you on the call. Hey, Mitch, Muscle Man. Let me see. Hey, I'm not in the gym tonight, man. Where are you? He's probably in the gym. There's a reason why I'm not in the gym. Anyway, Anthony, good morning. Good morning. Actually, I had somebody that was working on my property today, a young boy. He got COVID, you know, so hey, Gary, good to see you. Oh, California. Eden's in California. Oh, man, I tell you, when I grow up, I want the life of Eden, man. She's here. She's there. She's traveling, having a good time. And Mitch, what's up, dude? Yeah, he says, neither am I. Okay, now I feel better. Anyway, so I had this young boy that's working on the property, and anyway, he got COVID. He wanted to, you know, they said, don't go around anybody for 2 weeks, whatever. But he didn't really have much symptoms at all. And, he goes crazy. He's 17 years old. He wants to work. I said, listen, you can come to work. Just come here. You can use, just stay outside. You don't come in the house. That's all. And if you need to use the restroom, then use it in the gym. So he went to the gym, but I didn't sterilize the gym today. So I'm doing this in my game room. If that makes sense. Okay. So here's the thing, crucial skills in 2021. Just for an illustration, Tatiana in Nashville, Tennessee, good to see you. Imagine yourself if you're just standing in a freeway. You got cars going by so fast on the left, cars going fast on the right. You're standing in the middle of the freeway, right? All you want to do is get across the road and get out of there. That's sort of the way it is today. People are bombarded with data, with information, constantly. I mean, I thought it was interesting that I read a few statistics I thought I'd share with you right now. And that is, there's 95 million photos and videos are shared on Instagram every day. Can you imagine that? 95 million photos and videos. Every day, 306 billion emails are sent out. Every day, 5 million tweets are made. Every day on Facebook, 350 million photos are uploaded. And that doesn't take into consideration the intrusions you get, when you get telemarketers calling you on the phone, or just the TV media. There's so many intrusions that go on every single day in our life. I had someone ask me the question, the other day, and that was that, if you had to start all over again in your company, do you think you would have been as successful as you are now? And there's no way I can honestly answer that. I cannot honestly answer that because there's no way to prove it. There's no way to prove it because I acted on the circumstances I was in at the time. I used the resources that were around me that I had at that time. So I am not at that time right now. So there's no way, so my resources and everything else is different now. Plus I'm an older guy right now, right? So not that I don't have any hustle. I still have a lot of hustle left in me. Don't get me wrong on that. But the one thing I can tell you is, since there's no way to prove that, the only thing I can say is that we're living in a different world than what it was 22 years ago when I started in my company. It's a totally different world. But I can tell you that what I did 22 years ago still works today. We could say that it's, what's the words I'm looking for? That the principles never change, just the tools. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So what I did 22 years ago, those principles that I executed back then still work today. The methodology is just a little different. That's all. The tools we use is a little different. But people have got it backwards today, where they've made it just about the tools and not about the people. And so the thing about it is, if you really want to stand out as different in 2021, you're going to have to be different. You're going to have to be different from the majority of the people in social media, and Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I had a good friend reach out to me tonight, and she said, "Hey, are you using this?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I haven't heard that." There's always something new, a new platform, a new this, a new that. And there always will be, I guess. But here's some things I want to suggest to you. If you want to be a standout person, if you want to be a great leader in network marketing, you're going to have to do it differently than what the others do. When I say the others, I'm talking about those that are involved in network marketing. You're going to have to do it different than they're doing it. Because again, what you've seen in the past is There's a lot of social media, network marketing rock stars, right? They're putting out their stuff on Facebook. They look like Hollywood, like life is wonderful, life is awesome, and it is. But they're putting a lot of stuff out there because they want you to believe that if you do what they do, you'll get what they get. That's true and that's not true. It's true if you spend $10,000, $20,000 a month promoting yourself, promoting something that maybe a training that you're selling, or that you have answers that nobody does if you join this group that you have to pay for every month, okay? I'm saying that it's not duplicatable. If you have that kind of money to lay out and do that, I don't spend my time with that because frankly, it doesn't interest me. I could do that, but it doesn't interest me. I show up on these calls because I want to support those people out there who've impacted my life in a positive way. And that's my network of 700,000 distributors and some of the greatest leaders in that network that stand out, that have been with me 22 years. But at the same time, it gives great benefit to all of you who are in different companies. And I'm excited about your success, your future in network marketing as well. And I mean, so I've got a lot of friends in different companies. But what I want you to understand is that the fascination of social media is not there. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, Facebook Lives, when we started those, 3-4 years ago, that was a new fascination. But what I'm saying, people are bombarded with data. They're bombarded. People are coming at them. It wasn't that way 22 years ago. 22 years ago, we didn't have all this white noise. I call it white noise. And you could actually get people's attention. Today, how you get their attention is by being different. And so here are some things I want to suggest that you master and get good at in 2021. And first is be social. All these people are in social media and they're not social, most of them. It's really true. I mean, it's like they don't have conversations. Recently, I talked about that. I talked about reaching out, go into your Facebook network, set a goal to reach out to 10 a day, send them a voicemail. Well, let me back up. First of all, engage in their page. Engage in their page because they'll see it. It'll show up in notifications. They'll say, oh, haven't seen that person in a while. Okay, cool. Then go to their Facebook Messenger. Send them a voice message so they can hear your voice. You don't have to sing. They can hear your voice. And if there's anything that you, in your Facebook Messenger, if there's a previous message, maybe it's 2 years old, reference that if you want to. But send them a voice message. Do it to 10 a day. And if they see it and they never respond, take them out. Take them out of your Facebook. They're just dead wood. Because the algorithm is going to rate you negatively as a person that's not very popular because nobody responds to your stuff. They're never going to respond to your stuff, so get them out. If they can't message you back and say, man, it was so nice hearing from you, blah, 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 blah. You got to create the conversations. Now, if you've got a list, a warm market list that you have not worked, then maybe that's not so important right now. I would recommend you work that warm market list right now. But if you belong to the NFL, no friends left, then you need to start creating new friendships with people. But just understand what people are used to in social media is the fact that no one really cares about them in the first place. They never engage with their stuff. They never engage with them and treat them as a person. You have to be different. So if you want to be a professional in network marketing in 2021, you've got to be different. You've got to do things differently and treat people as you would if you met them at Starbucks, if you were standing in line, or you just meet them somewhere. Oh, hi, who are you? And get a conversation going. So I want you to work on that. Work at reaching out to people, creating conversations, engaging in things that they post. You can also join Facebook groups and do the same. If you want to find some really cool people and then send them a friend request, add them to your page. But you need to go through there and you need to go through your network and find out who's going to be social and who's not. Who's really interested in developing a relationship with you, a friendship with you, and who's not. And if they're not, get them out. Start adding people who are going to interact with you, and you need to do the same thing with them. Again, and then by doing so, then it's like making deposits. We talked about this in the past. You can't make withdrawals if you've never made deposits. So relationships are like banks. It works that way. So if you make those deposits, you engage in some of their material. I'm not talking about endless rapport, but you've done that. The withdrawals come from, hey, I don't know if this would be something you'd be interested in, but I'd like to share it with you. And if it's not, that's totally cool. Are you open to looking at it? You know, simple questions that you can, ask them and they're like, okay, yeah, why not? Because you've got something that they can reference because in the past you've engaged with them. You've showed some interest with them. So do that. Set that goal to be social. And then here's the other thing I want you to do. Here's the second thing. Start developing people skills. Yes, people skills. If you've never read the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, do that. I want you to do that. I read that book decades ago, and then I applied it. I applied that book in my relationships, when I got around people. Even when I left North America for the first time because a man from Seoul, Korea sent me a email and said, if you want to do business with me, come to Seoul, Korea, and you need to come now. Then the very next day I got on a plane and left and went to Seoul, Korea, because I really wanted to build a huge team. And when I got over there, we had nothing in common, right? I mean, our cultures are different, our languages are different, our countries are different, everything is different. What was the deciding thing that made him want to join me? It was applying the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's right. So and Koreans are very, serious kind of people. They're very business-like. A lot of Asians are, but Koreans especially. Chinese are too. And I can remember after leaving the airport in the United States and getting to Seoul, Korea 24 hours later, and I'm all beat up and tired from that flight, and get to the hotel, and there he is, ready to talk business. And then I told him, I said, hey, I want to do that with you, but the first thing I want to do, and he had an English name, John. I said, John, I want us to go out to dinner tonight, and I want to get to know you. I want to know who you are. Can we do that? He's like, okay. But I'll tell you what, after that night, we were like best buds. And for the next 30 days, all I did was go with him in his Audi, and we went all over the peninsula of South Korea, doing meetings in towns and cities. It was totally awesome. Here I am, just a country boy from Tennessee, and then I've got this educated man who graduated from Seoul University, top university in South Korea, and he's doing all the translating, and built a team that's still around today, doing very well. Amazing, isn't it? This is why I want you to get very good at developing people skills. People skills meaning you take an interest in people. You show that. You show that in your conversations, in the questions that you ask, not interrogations, just natural questions that anybody would be okay with, and get to know that person. Make people feel good about themselves. Communicate with people. Pick up the telephone, or if it's an audio app on your phone, talk to people. Many of you have been trained to just get it down to Facebook Messenger. No. It's okay, nothing wrong with doing that. But I'm saying you're never going to have a relationship with someone until you talk to them on the phone. Could you imagine that? Trying to have a relationship. Oh, let's say I'm a single person, okay? And I want to find somebody. I'm lonely. I want to find somebody romantic. And I find somebody and, oh, wow, look at her. Man, she looks awesome. And she looks at your pictures and she's thinking, oh, he's awesome. And then the only thing you do is text message. Where is that going to go? Nowhere. Nowhere. She reads your message. Oh my God, he wants to meet. Oh my God, to see him face to face. Really? People are so messed up today. I'm saying, I want you to develop people skills. Get good at it. Read the book. Apply the book. I remember one woman complained to me about her sponsor, and he was such an egomaniac and so full of himself. And anyway, she just told me how she just couldn't stand to even work with him. And so I gave him some advice one day. And I said, Mitch, funny. I said, listen, you need to read the book, Thinking, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And he said, oh, I already read that book. I said, okay, can you read it again? And this time, can you apply it? So that's the key. People skills. I want you to get good at people skills, your communication, your ability to listen. Listening is not easy. Listening takes a lot of work. Ask my wife about me. Boy, I tell you what, how many of you guys know this? Women hate this. I think they really do. I don't know, you women tell me, you girls tell me, okay? When you're talking to the guy and you look in his eyes and you know he's not in the room with you. And guys, you know you're really screwed when they ask the question, what did I just say? Oh, you know you're in trouble now. You're in deep doo-doo. I tell you, there's nothing more that infuriates my wife than that. That will piss her off. So anytime she's talking, I stop everything. I'm focused. I'm using, just body language. Oh yeah. So the thing about it is, listening takes work because we have to void any personal interest. A lot of times when there's a conversation going on, the person's thinking, how am I going to respond to this? They're so focused on how they're going to respond, they're not listening. So people skills, it's work. We need to work at it. It's very important, especially if you're going to have relationships and build with people. Very important. It's all part of, yes, our social skills, but as far as having bonding, it's like the other night. This was last night. Yeah, last night. Oh my God. Let me see. Was it? Yeah, it was. Okay, so I was up to 2:15 in the morning, talking to a leader, right? 2:15 in the morning. And then then I woke up at, I guess it was 8. And it was one of my leaders in Malaysia saying, hey, can you jump on a Zoom call with the leaders? I'm like, let's see. Yes, I jump on a Zoom call. Oh my God. Oh, really? Can I take a shower and have a cup of coffee before I do that? Yes, you can. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. And it was great. I totally loved that Zoom call this morning with people in Malaysia. We had like 200 on that call. It was awesome. What an experience. So people skills, very important. Here's the third. If you want to be a professional in 2021, and that is commit to personal growth. I shared that with those leaders in Malaysia. I said, 28 years ago, I purchased Tony Robbins' Personal Power cassettes. It's a 30-day program, 30 cassettes. You listen to one cassette a day. Totally changed my life. I said, this is so important for you in 2021 because I can show you the pathway to the top rank in any of your companies. I don't care what it is, okay? What you got to do. Step by step, this is what you got to do. The fact is, most people will never do it. They won't do it because their psychology is wrong. It's messed up. It's not serving them. And it wasn't serving me 28 years ago, which was why I purchased that program, Personal Power. And I told those leaders today, I said, do you realize how much is free today? I mean, we had to pay for this stuff back then. You can go get Personal Power on YouTube. You'll see day 1, day 2, day 3 on YouTube. You get it for free, man. And I'll tell you what, that information is just as valuable today as it was 28 years ago. But that's what I told them. I said, I want you to commit to personal growth. And I also said, and we just finished this, right? We did a 90-day plan, your first 30 days, your second 30 days, your third 30 days. This week and last week, I posted that on my page. Why not? I said, guys, lose your minds for 90 days. You're going to have fun. And at the end of it, you're going to look and say, oh my gosh, look at my team. January, February, March, blow it out. Blow it out big. I said, don't think you can't do this from your home, because 22 years ago, I did it from my home. 22 years ago, I didn't leave the driveway. I didn't see anybody face to face. I didn't do a single meeting. I sat behind my desk. I went from 8 to faint, 8 in the morning till I faint. I did that for 90 days. Was I tired, exhausted, almost burned out? Yes. But look what it did. It changed my life, because for the next 22 years, I'm still coasting on those fumes. I'm still running on that momentum, that speed, because of what I did back then. And even if you're not new to your company, it doesn't matter. You can do a 90-day run, even if you've been in your company for years. You can do it. What else are you going to be doing? So I didn't have to adjust. When COVID came and people were freaking out about, well, how am I going to work with my team? What am I going to do? How am I going to promote my business? I didn't ask any of those questions, because this is the way I've been doing it anyway. That's right. I've always worked from home. 22 years ago, I was working from home. Fast forward now, working from home. Same principles, different tools. Zoom, social media, things like that. We got more now than we had then. It's easier now than it was then. So the thing is, spend time, though, every day, commit to your personal development. It's very important, because you have to keep the right, psychology. You need to have the right mindset when you begin your day, and you motivate your team, and you reach out to people that you don't know, and you're trying to get them to look at what you have, what you're doing. Again, you need to be a standout person. That's the reason why the people skills are important. That's the reason why being social and developing your social skills is very important in the way you use Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Now, here's the fourth. You want to stand out and be different? You want to be a professional in 2021? Here's what I want. Be a servant leader. Work with your people, and then understand you are a servant. You are not a master. Your downline, the people that, because of their actions, create an income for you, you should be shocked, because you don't have to pay these people to go to work. I used to run a business. I used to have 40 employees. I had to hire, fire. When they didn't show up for work, I had to roll out. It wasn't easy. I didn't like it. I didn't like being self-employed. Everyone, looked great. Well, yeah, it's better than a job, but that's for sure. But there's a lot of stress with it. And then when I got in the network marketing profession, I says, oh my gosh, this is great. All these people, they go to work, they make me money. Man, hey, they own me. I love it. I'm going to serve them. I'm going to do everything I can to help them. Whatever it takes, I'm going to pay the price. With that kind of attitude, you'll have a very big team. Do that in 2021. But don't develop an ego. Whatever you do, don't develop an ego. That will ruin it. Once we start thinking that we are, like a godlike people, in the sense that we are gods and people are going to build statues to us after we're gone, and libraries to us to fill it with our thoughts. We need to get a reality check. This is a business. This is a business. And how you grow this business is how you treat your people. And then just understand the best way to do it is serve your people well. Serve your people well. I mean, think about it. Jesus Christ created this world. We're a result of his creation. Then he comes down and does what? Serves. Serves. Wow. What an example. That's right. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to be that servant leader. Now here's the fifth thing, and this is the last thing. And then it's, tomorrow's New Year's Eve, right? This room here, I use it for parties all the time, man, but nothing's going to happen tomorrow night. Oh, man, crazy. Here's the fifth thing. Grow your money that you make in network marketing. Grow it well. Work hard, grow it well. And learn how to create multiple streams of income in 2021 with your money. And that is diversify with it. It's interesting. I've watched every day how Bitcoin and Ethereum have grown. I look at my phone, it's like an addiction. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was like that. But keep in mind, less than 5 months ago, I didn't know anything about Bitcoin. I just said, okay, I've got cash sitting in the bank. Why don't I just take some of it and just put it in it? And, the banks, it's not making any money in the bank, right? The banks make money with it. I don't. And so that's what I did. And in 4 months, it doubled. And I'm like, what? This is really nuts. True story. True story. Doubled. Let me check now. What's Bitcoin going for? I'm 65 years old next month, and I'm telling you this stuff. I should not be telling you this stuff. You should be an expert on this. I'm joking. Oh yeah, okay. Started with 100,000 I put into Bitcoin. You say, well, Jeff, that's 100,000. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you put 1,000 in. I don't care. It's going to grow. What is it doing in the bank? It's not doing anything. Or sell that junk car that's in your driveway. Sell that, none of that stuff, any assets that you have that's really worthless, get rid of it. And I advise you put it in Bitcoin and Ethereum, even though I'm not a financial advisor. That's just my thoughts. But, 100,000 in Bitcoin, 50,000 Ethereum. I added 20 in Ethereum yesterday because I think it's going down the same path Bitcoin's going. And let me see right now, I don't know. $434,000. It's about $225,000 that I've made just in the last less than 5 months, and I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. If that continues the way it's doing, in the next 6 months, it'll be $1 million. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because in network marketing, most people just blow their money. They waste their money. This is not a time to do it. In the United States, where we have a new president coming in and a new administration, and their whole agenda is socialism, let me tell you what that means. That means death to the American dollar. Because these politicians think as long as they print it, they got money. These are the most stupidest people on the face of the earth. America is supposed to be one of the smartest countries, and I totally disagree. I mean, there's countries in Asia and Europe that would never go down this path. And now with this new stimulus money coming out, that only means they have borrowed money from other countries to in debt, put my children in debt. They get stuck with that. Of course, China's laughing. They're laughing how stupid this country is. So the thing about it is, what that means is, and I was reading a tweet today, I was reading a tweet today by a guy. Let me see. Yeah, there he is. Peter. Maybe you follow him. Where did he go? I sent that. Okay, maybe it wasn't there. But let me see. Maybe it was in Messenger. I did. Let me look. Anyway, now I can't find it. I was just showing it to my wife earlier. But anyway, he's a multi-billionaire, but that's what he said. You know, now that he said, you watch during the Biden administration, the U.S. dollar will tank, and it will no longer be the world currency or viewed as the number one currency in the world. Things are going to change. Things are going to change fast. Why is Bitcoin growing so much? It's growing so much because people are losing faith in the dollar. They're losing faith in their politicians who are going to continue to devalue it, and then we're going to see hyperinflation. So the only safe place to go is Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so I totally agree with that. Now that I've seen so many billionaires jump in it, banks are jumping into it, that's what's making it skyrocket. Don't think because you look at it, and today it was trading at, let me see, find that again. There we go. There's the app. Bitcoin is trading at right now. Today was the first day it's ever hit $29,000. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, so the thing is, yeah, what's driving it is billionaires are getting in, banks are getting in. In other words, it's not going away. It's real. And politicians cannot devalue it. I mean, I've got friends who've paid or bought houses worth millions just with their Bitcoin earnings. So, does that mean that you missed the boat? No, of course not, because it's at 29,000. They expect it. I hear everything. Some of the experts are talking 200,000 by the end of 2021. Some are talking as much as 400,000 by the end of 2021. One thing's for sure, that anybody who gets into that type of currency now, Bitcoin, that a politician cannot devalue it, cannot ruin it like they're going to do the dollar, it's a safe haven, and they're going to do well. So the thing is, the reason why I bring that up, and that's not the only thing, of course, there's real estate, there's stocks, the stock market as well. But I'll tell you right now, when I look at the stock market, and I've always been invested in the stock market, I've never seen earnings like I've seen with Bitcoin. Never seen it. So what do you do with your money in 2021? You be smart with it. Be smart with your earning, you know, what you make in 2021 with your company. Start taking that. You know, I'll tell you a good example is Brian Carruthers. Some of you might know Brian. He's a friend of mine. But he was his parents raised him to always value money and know its worth. And when Brian got into network marketing, he was selling real estate. So when he got his network marketing checks, he always took it and invested in the stock market. You know, he bought into Apple when it was low, Under Armour, different companies. Results were, by being consistent, he made millions. Still does today. And so it's a very good lesson learned. Brian always taught wealth building. What you could do by taking a small amount of money that, you know, just if you say $500 and you're consistent with it and you're always putting it away. You're always in, just imagine if you did that with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then you look at your app every day and you watch, ooh, I woke up this morning, got a pay raise. That's the way it's been going with me every day. Now, I don't even look at, and I'm not talking about my company. I'm talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'll look at my, oh, got another pay raise. That could be you, and it needs to be you, because you don't need to have all your money coming from one source. That means your network marketing company. You need to put it in things that will grow. And then that way, God forbid, anything happen to your company or whatever, you know, you're not hurting. You have something else that's taking care of you. And I've got friends who that's all they do. They live their lives just off their Bitcoin earnings. Seriously. And I don't know if I told this story, but I'll tell this story. But I have a friend. Hey, Christine, thank you. I had a friend when I lived on the island of Guam before I moved back to Tennessee. And one of my leaders who had a group there when I lived on the island, I would do meetings for them, and every now and then I would have them over the house for a party, for just a party. And anyway, so I met this young man, and anyway, so we became friends. But he was always having financial problems, And he would come to me and said, "Hey Jeff, they're going to kick me out of my house. I need money for rent, or they're going to kick me out. Can you help me out? Oh yeah, man. All right, here, help you out. Okay." Then later on, it was, "Hey man, can you help me out? My car broke down. I got to get it fixed. I don't have any money." And okay, here, I'll help you out. Okay. And then also, it's a small island. The island of Guam is a small island too. He also knew my. I had a 5 Series BMW, right? Anytime he sees me like at Tony Roma's or some of these other restaurants, he would just whip right in, come see me. "Hey, Jeff, how you doing?" Because he knows I'm going to buy him a meal. He knows that. Interesting. That same guy that didn't have 2 nickels to rub together bought into Bitcoin. He bought into Bitcoin and took his earnings, bought a multi-million-dollar house on the ocean. Today he lives off his earnings. And I can tell you right now, the way these numbers are going, man, he's smiling. I know he's smiling. He doesn't have to do squat. So, and there's a lot of people that hate hearing this too, especially the politicians who want to enslave you into believing that you need to be dependent on government. That's the very essence of this is freedom, decentralization of money. But it's decentralization of being just independent of government itself. It's the very essence of freedom. So follow that. Real estate also. I still invest in the stock market, like in tech companies. I look for unique things, science, in terms of medicine, things like that. But open your mind to it and be a person that is where you have a wealth mindset, not a company mindset. I know you love your company, the company you're in. I know that. But have a wealth mindset. Every time your company pays you, ask yourself, "Oh my gosh, what can I do with this?" Hopefully you don't have to use it all to pay the bills, but if you do, you do. But I'm saying get creative. If you got assets that are worthless or you're not really using them, this is the time right now. And I'll say in the next year, 2021, it's going to be a make or break year. That's for sure. So use it wisely and grow your money. That's the 5th point I wanted to share. If you want to be the kind of professional in network marketing that you want to be, I want to see that for you. I really do. I know you can be great in 2021. Great things will happen for you in 2021, but you have to be different. You can't be like the crowd. You've got to stand out in social media, the way you use it, your social skills, your people skills, your investment choices, your leadership, understanding that you are a servant leader. You're not a master leader. If you want to keep your people, treat them well. So have fun tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Have fun. And Happy New Year to you, Co-Winder. Be safe in what you do. Enjoy your family. I'll put out some value tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. And let me know how it's going with some of you that are going to do a 90-day run starting in January. It's exciting. I love all of you guys. Be safe. Happy New Year's.